On this channel, Million Dollars Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people. And here's what we do on this channel. We use the actual historical returns of the S&P 500 for the last 100 years. We project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. And the resulting numbers are simply a possible range of what may happen in the future. In order to run numbers for you, just put in the comment section 3 criteria: your beginning balance, your monthly contribution or withdrawal if you're in that stage, and your desired increase. And we'll go ahead and run the numbers for you. Let me thank you right now for watching this channel, and please share it with others. And let's go ahead and look at a situation here. We have a situation where somebody is 62 years old. They have $765,000 saved up, and they want to have an asset allocation of 70-30, which means 70% remains in the S&P 500, 30% is going over to a cash reserve, some kind of a bucket. So when the market's going down, it's coming out of here and not out of your market because you don't want to sell low. So let's go ahead and run those numbers. And he said he wants to, or he figures he needs $5,000 a month initially, and he wants to give himself a 2% COLA. So $5,000 the first year, $5,100 the next year, and so on. And he wants to know if he waited to take Social Security till age 65, that'd be in the third year, and that would mean he'd be taking $5,000 out the first year, $5,100, but in the third year he'd be getting the Social Security, so he'd only need $33.35 coming out of his nest egg. So that's what we're going to run the numbers for. What we do is run it for every single year for the last 100 years, just to see how many times you might run into problems, given what the stock market, the S&P 500 is doing for that time period. And I want you to notice only 2 times in the last 100 years over a 20-year period you would run out of money, 1929 and 1930. And the other one I already know from running these numbers was the year 2000. Why? What are we talking about here? Remember what happened in 1929? You had 4 down years. Then you had a down 35. Then you had 3 more down years. So in that case, you would be running out of money in less than 20 years. We also had a down decade in the 2000s where you start out down 3 years and then you had down 37. And that's why there's 3 cases where you'd run out of money: 1928, 1929, and 1929, 1930, and the year 2000. Every other scenario would be just fine. Here's the graph. Shows you there's the 2 years there, and there was a year right here. This is a 20-year graph, by the way, where you'd be running out of money. But every other scenario, look at this. This is the $1 million. You're starting out with less than $1 million, but look at these kind of numbers. That shows you what the S&P 500 can reward you with. But you do have to be cautious. Those initial years, if they're down years, they call this sequence of return risk. You can run into some issues, and that if that's the case, then you might have to go to cut back on your COLA, maybe have no COLA. Let's just run the numbers real quick for that. No COLA, that makes much difference. Still have a 1929 problem, but then you don't have the 2000 or the 1930 problem anymore. But really, that'd be kind of problematic cutting back. But this shows you what you might have to do if the initial years were down years. Other than that, you'd be just fine. Every other scenario, right here, we saw the graph. Again, I love running numbers for people. I would love to do it for you. If you want me to run numbers, there's all kinds of variables we can take into account. We can change the asset allocation. We can change your COLA, change the amount you're taking out each month just to see where you might be. And that's what we do on this channel, is run numbers for people. Please let people know about this channel, that there's a channel out there that will run numbers for them with all kinds of different scenarios. I just love doing it. I would love to do it for you. Please share this video. Please like the video, and thanks for watching.